Okay, gentlemen, we know the rules of the dressing room. Obey my commands at all times and protect yourself at all times. Touch him up, bell rings, come out fighting. Back up, back up. Okay, gentlemen.
Look. Rarely have two fighters more visibly projected confidence before the opening bell. And immediately Calzaghe chases Jones.
Both guys have fast hands, and I think Jones has a little bit more crack in his shot than Calzaghe. And at this stage right now, Calzaghe is fighting the fight that he wants to.
58 knockouts in 52 wins for Jones. However, no knockouts since February of 2002. It's been Calzaghe is landing his stuff.
Well, to the elbows. I haven't seen too many clean shots either.
Okay, break.
Calzaghe knows that Jones is quicker in the center of the ring, and down goes Calzaghe. Just as he was down in the first round against Hopkins, he's down in the first round against Jones. And Jones makes his point that he can hurt Calzaghe in flurries inside.
But he may not make it out of this one like he did with the Hopkins.
Right. He's much more hurt.
He's seriously hurt. The other one's more of a flash knockdown.
Much more badly hurt than against Hopkins. And fighting rather than trying to get away. Calzaghe's going to take the chance that he can keep fighting with Jones after taking a big shot. And he goes forward waiting in. But Jones is going to have a 10-8 round with which to begin the fight.
Here we see Roy Jones land a jab in the eye, which really obstructed the vision of Calzaghe. And then as Calzaghe was going down, he got hit with a punch that Jones just shot in anticipation of where his head was going to be. Perfect punch.
Although it looked like he hit him with his wrist.
Yeah. About 4 times in fights, which shows that he does have the ability to come back. And at this stage right now still, the fight is like, to me, a toss-up fight. It could go either way.
Down in the first round against Chris Eubank, won the fight. Down in the second round against Byron Mitchell.
Now as he was, and yet he's outspeeding Joe Calzaghe, who I thought was the fastest light heavyweight around, at least this side of Chad.
Over the long stretch of the fight, if Calzaghe can make it go round. And here's what will hurt Jones most if it keeps up. When he leans against the rope.
Shots. Although, of course, Jim, you're right. In the middle of the ring, it's more obvious, I think, Roy's advantages in clean punch.
Bring him up.
Blood trickling down Calzaghe's nose. Jones backing into the ropes and giving Calzaghe a chance to just throw away of the fight. Good body shot by Calzaghe. Left hand upstairs by Calzaghe.
Over the last half round or so, Calzaghe is landing much.
Out of it.
Good body shot by Jones. Calzaghe unfazed. Goes at him with his hands held low.
You know, Roy's punches are much more flashy and much more powerful. But, you know, unless
he throws
really...
one punch at a time, and Calzaghe throws 6.
And that's what I'm saying, and I don't know if he's ever fought anybody like this. Calzaghe is not just, he's a big man. You know, he's burning himself out by throwing so many punches while he's blocking them.
Calzaghe taking judges that he has weathered the storm, that he understands what's up with Jones now, that he's not fazed by what happened in round 1, and that he can swamp Jones with punch count from here. He has dominated round 3.
Here we can see both guys doing pretty much what I expected. Calzaghe throwing a lot of punches, showboating, dropping his hands. And I think it's really not that they're showboating. This is just part of each one of these fighter styles.
And that was exactly the kind of round Calzaghe.
I mean, the guy is so good. Just incredible third round. Anyway, 2-1, Roy Jones.
And he's won, even though you may not have given it to him. I thought he's won all of the other rounds because he just outworked.
Behind in the first and maybe the second rounds. And Calzaghe just kept building the tempo. And now he's attacking Jones with impunity in the corner. throwing 3 and 4 punch combinations, which Jones tries to fend off one shot at a time.
He's beaten Roy in every way at this point here.
Good hard right hand by Jones.
With his hands down.
Okay. Here you see Calzaghe get hit with punches by Roy, but I don't think they landed that clean.
By what happened in round 1.
And maybe show Roy that he doesn't respect his power.
Good straight left hand by Calzaghe. 3 right hands to the body. Combination upstairs. Jones fires back with 1 right hand. This was the basic equation coming into the fight. A fighter who is comfortable throwing 75 punches around against a fighter who customarily throws 35 to 40. How do you rework the equation in your favor if you're Jones?
Well, Roy's not been that successful in landing too many clean punches. Even the punches the last round that, we gave him credit for. I think the fact that the steam was rolled away by Calzaghe, and Calzaghe is doing what he wants to do at this stage right now. I can't believe how he's dropping his hands to get away with that with Roy Jones. But Roy's contact percentage has got to be very low. He's throwing punches, but he cannot hit Calzaghe.
There's a hard right hand by Jones. Calzaghe comes back working the body. Calzaghe blocks a couple Jones shots and slips the right hand there.
Break! Yep. Hooks.
Body shots by Calzaghe. Jones backs away. And they're going to fight down the stretch of the round.
Tough round.
And Calzaghe tries to nail it down with a flurry at the finish. Jones with 1 more big counter.
Here you see Joe Calzaghe throwing a lot of punches and missing a lot, but eventually he starts coming through with that straight left hand. And if he can keep...
Calzaghe with a 12-0 edge in jabs. Jones had his moments in that round, but as you see, Harold Letterman gave it to Calzaghe. Once again, the activity rate puts Jones on the...
Roy's main punch in this fight has been the right hand, particularly the right hand lead, which he does so effectively. He's always gotten away with that. He's having problems getting that punch in with Calzaghe, and that's got him all off track because he's not really jabbing much. He's not throwing left hooks. It's the right hand lead that he's trying to end.
Right adjustments to turn the tactical equation in his favor. Takes a big uppercut there. Excellent punch by Jones. And maybe Jones has found another way to land his right hand. And Joe fights back.
Here you see Roy Jones land a beautiful time uppercut right through the defense of Calzaghe when Joe least expected it. But beyond that punch, which was the best punch of the...
Follows it up with a couple of body shots. Another flurry by Calzaghe. Drives Jones back against the ropes. Roy may be momentarily hurt.
He's hurt. Straight left.
Blood above the left eye of Roy Jones. Calzaghe's punch is starting to do more damage. Calzaghe grins as he goes back to the hunt. Jones has landed a couple of good counter shots, but Calzaghe is wearing Jones down with the constant assault. Again, the hand speed flurries by Calzaghe. Jones gets him off with 1 punch. Calzaghe dropping.
And early in the round, when I saw that Calzaghe was handing, he landed it straight in the eye, and I think that's what caused all of the damage to the eye. Perfect left hand, and you're going to see more of that same.
Carver fights in this 3rd fight. There was a kind of a concession on Roy's part. I don't see him conceding here. He's still trying to win.
Absolutely. Fighting with more will and heart than was the case against Tar. Calzaghe wrestling him into position, dodging the left hook, firing away again. He's swamping Jones with activity and willpower and desire.
He was placing his punches in show button. You look like he was targeted to the left eye and placing his punches very selectively.
How much longer?
Roy can punch with both hands.
But it's Joe who's doing the punching and Roy who's having to cover up. Jones shaking his... No, it's cruel, as in a boxing ring.
That people speculate, well, I don't know, maybe Calzaghe would have beaten Roy at his best. After all, we just saw him beat him. No one's walking through Joe Calzaghe, that's for sure, but at his best, Roy was pretty special.
No, he was very special. But at this stage of his career, rough guy to fight, but this guy, I think, would have been a problem always for him.
Bring it up, bring
A
it up.
problem for anyone. And the fascinating thing is that at this point, Roy's only chance, it would appear, to win the fight is that he lands something huge and turns it all around by hurting Calzaghe, and Calzaghe's still giving him chances to do it. Calzaghe would be within his right.
Well, there's enough blood for this to be the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, and maybe Roy is pulling a bit of a Jake LaMotta here.
A reference to LaMotta versus Sugar Ray Robinson, and the line was, "You never knocked me out, Ray. You never knocked me out."
Stop talking.
Break.
Have to do the upending if he hopes to win. So far, maybe he's thrown, that's maybe the second punch of the round.
And Calzaghe's walking in with his hands down and giving Roy every chance to land something big, but still dominating the action. Crowd wants Jones to try to do something. They should be thrilled that he's shown such courage as to finish the fight with that kind of blood on his face.
He's got a lot of respect from a lot of fans tonight based on his performance, even though he's losing the fight. I think it's really did nothing but enhance his respect from the fans still.
Yeah, but what would enhance it even more, I think, is if in this last...
Calzaghe shouldn't showboat quite so much. Maybe Calzaghe should pay a little bit more respect than to take advantage of this to really try to embarrass Jones down the stretch. Just fight, Joe. You've made your point. Good body shots by both men. Jones takes one last home run swing, and Calzaghe drives him back with a couple of blows. Crowd rises for what might be the last time in the ring for both men. Just could be farewell.
(118-109) to the winner by unanimous decision, the fighting pride of Newbridge, Wales, still light heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Calzaghe.